Hey Nick, is it wise to invest in the Singapore stock market?
By the end of this video, you'll discover why I enjoy investing in the Singapore market and 3 reasons why supporting local businesses isn't that stupid an idea. You know, over the years, I've heard a lot of people say,
No lah, Singapore market cannot invest. The yield is very bad. All mature blue chip companies can't grow. There's no prospects. Look overseas. Go US, go China. The tech stocks there make a lot more returns than Singapore. Singapore no chance one.
These are little excuses or lousy reasons that investors that unable to deliver returns actually say. In fact, investing in the Singapore market actually has the ability to deliver very good returns that overseas stocks aren't able to produce. In the past year alone, I was fortunate enough to invest in a blue chip company that delivered over 20% returns. The reason why I decided to invest in CapitaLand was because during the COVID lockdown, a lot of people were refusing to go out. People didn't go to office, people didn't go to shopping malls, and because CapitaLand was in the mall management and the office-based business, their share price went down because of the expected decline in earnings. So because the share price went down over 20-30%, I saw it as an opportunity to invest in a very strong blue chip company that was, in my opinion, undervalued and had very good possibilities of recovering. In addition to that, CapitaLand pays very good dividends, which allows me to make money while waiting for the share price to rise back. I started investing in the Singapore stock market some years ago. There are very good companies like iFAST that were able to deliver ridiculous return, and smaller companies like AEM that were able to deliver sizable returns despite being in a country that was supposedly
not good for investing returns.
So to answer the question, is Singapore stock market feasible for investors? I can't give any financial advice in any of my videos, so this is just a personal opinion. I enjoy investing in the Singapore stock market not because it's a stable economy that is well regulated with firm and strict laws, so people don't dare to go out there and play punk. In addition to that, Singapore is one of the most business-friendly countries in the world. This makes managing and running a business easier than most countries. Singapore has also very low corporate tax rates, which encourages a lot of businesses to come to Singapore and start and operate their business or even have their headquarters here. In the past few years, because of Hong Kong's complicated political situation, a lot of big firms from the country, MNCs, are moving over to Singapore. It's the same for UK. A lot of big UK firms, because of the Brexit situation, have moved over. This means financial hubs around the world are concentrating more of their strengths towards Southeast Asia and more specifically Singapore. This gives a lot of stability to the Singapore economy, and investors should have a greater sense of security when investing in the region. So,
is it feasible to invest in Singapore?
In my opinion, it is. And in 2021, I will go deeper into Singapore stocks, and I will be sharing with you some ways that I intend to do so. The government in Singapore has a strong say in the direction of the country, and this is a good thing. Certainty is good for investors. Having a government that is respected and has the ability to carry out its plans creates a safe haven for a lot of investors who are trying to get stable returns. So in my opinion,
and what's good to invest in Singapore moving ahead from 2021?
I personally think the way to get good returns in Singapore is to see which companies are aligning to the direction that Singapore government is trying to take Singapore towards. That means investing in businesses that are a part of the future growth of the country. This can be observed from Singapore's 2030 plan that the government has issued, as well as specific drivers of various industries mentioned across multiple news channels where Singapore leaders are interviewed. I enjoy watching World Economic Forum and other global platforms where our Singapore leaders are interviewed about the trajectory of the country. The hottest topic of the agenda has been the advanced manufacturing industries of Singapore. The government is trying to make Singapore an innovation hub of manufacturing, and this includes industries that are supporting the tech boom. Singapore is also widely known as a place that respects intellectual property. In fact, Singapore's very own is now an opinion leader on intellectual property rights worldwide. This will encourage a lot of foreign firms as well as local firms to develop ideas and expand on their prototypes and develop new products. Unlike other countries where there's a fear to be innovative for fear of competition copying products and services, Singapore is a very good place for firms to launch new products because of the respect of intellectual property rights and the law in Singapore. So moving ahead, which firms will I be investing in? In this channel, I've made it a point never to talk about specific stock that I'm currently invested in. It doesn't make sense for me to talk about stocks where people can watch my video 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, even a month late. The market would have moved by then. But one thing I will say is this: I will definitely be aligning my investment strategy for my Singapore stock portfolio with that of the government's plans for the future of Singapore's industries. Another way to double check is to see whether the specific industries that you're looking into has been supported by government grants and skills future credits. You know, generally, if the government wants people to develop an industry, they will be giving Singaporeans the ability to learn and upskill in those specific industries. That shows if there's an alignment with the government's plan plus the support of the government, it truly shows that the government is moving in a specific direction for specific industries. And that's really phenomenal. Unlike other countries, which companies want to expand in specific directions, a lot of times it's the company itself that has to invest their own resources to upskill their workers. But in Singapore, specific industry employees within specific industry have the ability to use government credits to upskill themselves to better serve companies that are growing in the direction that the government is encouraging. This provides me a form of confirmation that industries are going to grow in the direction that they are supposedly supposed to go towards. So all that's left for me is to identify companies that are foundationally healthy, financially healthy, and have a record of good growth earnings. I will be sharing more about specifically how I find such companies in later videos. So make sure you subscribe and don't miss out.